Hey guys, how's it going? Matt here in China. I thought I'd give you an update on my apartment, seeing as though a lot of you guys are probably on lockdown if you're watching this. I had to pick up some packages from the front gate, and so I'm going back to the apartment. We've made a lot of improvements. We probably got one more trip to IKEA, but for the most part it's pretty good. There's some things that I've done there that might be sort of interesting Chinese twists on a Western family, or a Western mixed family. So I thought I'd bring you on in and show you around one more time. Maybe I'll do this 3 times. You could see the progress made. It's a windy, rainy day in Ningbo. And yeah, let's go. If you guys don't know me, hi, my name is Matt. I am an American who's living in China. Normally cycling around the world, but in this case I'm just sort of stuck. I'm in a holding pattern. It's like when an airplane flies around an airport waiting for a runway to open. I can't really move on to my traveling life, and I can't go anywhere. I'm just sort of encapsulated here. I have a bunch of videos I want coming up about my thoughts on China and everything, but I thought this might be a good one just to kind of like lay in there, just the normal life stuff. So let's get to my apartment. I'll show you around.
19th floor.
My neighbor, the only one on this floor, just moved in, so I have a feeling that we're going to be hearing some jackhammers. Apartments here are made completely out of concrete, and the walls are concrete, and so if you want to hang something up, you're going to have to hammer drill that thing into the wall. But this is my front room, or lobby area, where you kind of just jump in. So I set it up with a little bench here to change your shoes, and a little shoe rack here. If you want to get into my apartment, you have to use a card, so let's go inside. Last time I did the tour, we were sort of getting organized. It's my little mask rack where we put our masks in and out. We're very sure that this place is clean. A lot of the mask etiquette now is purely being polite, because we haven't had a case in Ningbo in almost 2 months now. There have been cases erupting around, especially Guangzhou had a bit of a spike. Kind of a funny story before I continue my tour. Annie, I told her, I said, there's some new cases coming up in Guangzhou, and she said, yeah, I heard from a friend who just around the lockdown, the re-lockdown, because Guangzhou is now on sort of a re-lockdown. He flew out, and he flew to Yunnan, and when he landed in Yunnan, Kunming, he landed in Kunming, and he got off the plane, and the announcement was, anybody coming from Guangzhou, you're going to have to quarantine for 14 days as soon as you get out, or to get out into Kunming. So you know what he did? He entered the airport, heard the announcement, did a complete 180, flew back to Guangzhou. So yeah, if people are in these sort of reopened hotspots, these sort of second wave-ish places, they're sort of given the option to quarantine for 14 days if they want to leave, or to hightail it and go back. Now, if he were to leave the airport, he would have had to quarantine either way, but because he had just kind of gotten off the gate, they gave him the option to go back to Guangzhou. So he took that option, and now he's back in Guangzhou, which is kind of funny. In my last episode, back to the apartment, I told you how beautiful the lighting in it is in this place, and it's really, really nice. We've got these like really nice accents in the ceiling. I love how these are, and I also love how the light works in the video. This is a very well lit place in order to actually record some things. But yeah, this is our place, and it's much more organized. I don't know if you remember the last video, but this is much more organized. We have set up the place kind of interesting, but first let me take you into the kitchen. Now, last time I told you that this place was quite small. It still is quite small, but we've added some things, and we've sort of organized some shelves and whatnot. And remember that little pull-out dryer? Well, we've loaded it up with dishes. So again, the Western world, you'd have plates the size of, I don't know, a little larger than my head. But the largest size plates that you have in China, for the most part, even this one is about as large as you can get. And well, it's pretty large, but it's not American large. And so they're on the drying racks there. So we've been able to kind of organize that. Another thing that's interesting is this thing. This is something Annie bought on Taobao after she saw it online. She actually saw it on Facebook. It's really cool. These are like rubberized, strong little dowels, like plastic dowels, and they're laid into a mat. And what you can do with it is you can roll it onto your sink, and then if you want to wash your dishes, if your sink isn't huge like a lot of places in China, you can actually roll this thing out, and you can even roll it back and make it smaller, or roll it more and make it bigger. And it comes with this like little drying mat. This thing has been quite nice. I don't necessarily like those big baskets that you end up putting everything in and the basket gets mucky, but this thing you can take, you can wash it, you can take this and wash it, and it's pretty versatile. IKEA has a bunch of stuff I want to add here. I want to add some pot holders here. I want to add some pot holders here. And this area over the refrigerator is really big and like useless, and I want to add a pot holder there. We bought this at IKEA and kind of organized the dish area a little bit there too. One of the places that we've been well, at least I have been working on quite diligently is our storage room. So this room is, oh, much better light. Yeah, other place is all yellow. But I have basically some of my musical stuff. I don't know if you know this, but I play the erhu. Did you guys know that? I play the erhu. Maybe someday I'll show you my playing of the erhu. I haven't played in a long time, but it's stored here is basically everything. We had a bunch of these racks that we had bought, and so it's really nice to use it. We don't have a lot of refrigerator space in the kitchen, so we have this little fridge here that's like a bar fridge, and this is my keto diet fridge. Right now it's being commandeered for fruit, but most of the time it's just keto-friendly food, which is what I'm trying to eat while I'm here. Anyways, Annie is actually at the other house right now, and she's bringing a bunch of stuff back, clothes and stuff, that we are going to fill in our like little closets here. We actually have a lot of closet space, which is going to be useful as Annie comes back and loads some stuff. Kitchen, we put this bookcase in the corner. This is from the old house. We couldn't quite figure out where it went, but I think it works good there. We don't have as much storage space in the kitchen for cups and stuff, so we've created this as our cup rack. When we come back to the house and we need to mask up, we've got a basket that now is full of masks for us to use, and gloves and all sorts of stuff, because even though the mask etiquette thing is sort of flexible here in Ningbo, you still got to have your supply. So we have enough masks for everybody. Our little welcome area where we have our masks and keys and whatnot. And then the living room. The living room has come together really nice. Annie bought these couches on Taobao, and the color is just perfect. It's like that green, that like teal. Is teal? Teal, right? Teal? It's like a bluish green. Quite nice. And then of course we've got my fish tank that now is in the corner. We've got the couch. And we've got the coffee station, which I think you saw last time. Another thing that we set up is we set up the drapes here, which are set up. We got a really nice color. We were able to pick whatever color we wanted. And so we got this really nice sort of like bluish green. Not too strong. Sometimes you'll go to places in China and they will have like blood red drapes, you know, really heavy blood red drapes that are like satin. And when you close them, the house is dark. I mean, there's no light that's let through, but it's also kind of blah, if you ask me. Like that's I'm not a vampire. I don't want to live like a vampire. And then we got Eva's playroom. We got her trampoline here that she enjoys quite thoroughly, and pulled some shelves and stuff from her other bedroom. But this room has been organized quite thoroughly. Let's go on the balcony here. The wind is blowing. Okay, so the balcony is nice. We've got a little set here of furniture so that we can kind of sit down on the balcony and drink some coffee. That is a shoe cabinet that doesn't fit, but it doesn't fit anywhere in the house, so we decided to put it on the balcony. Another cabinet here that doesn't fit, but we've decided to put it out on a balcony. Maybe it'll serve some purpose, but I think it looks okay here. I think it looks okay. It's not doing any harm. And then of course we've got our dryer and washer, which I told you about before. And if you guys don't remember, the reason why we moved here is because that is Eva's school. And Eva will be going to school there as when things start to, I guess, calm down a little bit. Dada and Xiao Xiao, my niece and nephew, Annie's sister's kids, they'll be coming to school here tomorrow. And as a matter of fact, Dada has tennis practice after school. And so instead of his mom coming from all the way on the other side of town, picking Dada up from here and taking him all the way back, he's going to stay at the house. So I'm going to show you Eva's little bedroom, which she doesn't use, but she will eventually. And so strategic house here is nice because what's going to happen is Dada and Xiao Xiao, if they want, will be able to stay here if they have late things to accomplish at school. And so that'll be quite nice for them. So it'll be like kind of a nice thing to have this house as a place that the family could use in times of convenience. One of the things about being here, we're on like the 19th floor, is the wind just crosses through from one side of the house whoosh, to the other side, and vice versa. So sometimes you'll open up the window over here and everything will blow off the windowsill and then eject out here, and then oftentimes the other way will happen and we'll open this and the wind will like just throw you across to the other side of the room. Wow, this room has a much more of a yellowish glow. Anyways, dining room table, a lot of it is from IKEA. And we're gonna go back to IKEA because I also want to add some hooks on this wall and add a bunch of doodads and stuff, but let's go a little bit deeper. So the master bedroom is there. Here is the air cleaning system. We have this like air cleaning system that is right here, and it's on some sort of a sensor. So every so often it turns on and makes a little bit more noise than I'd appreciate. But I know that it's doing some filtration of the air and I appreciate it. So this is Eva's room, which this is the first new light that we've added to the rooms. So the other rooms all have like the standard like lamp that's sort of a placeholder for a better light. I don't know if we're gonna change them all in the whole house. Honestly, the lighting is pretty good. But Eva had this light at the old place and we really like it. Actually, you can change it. So you can change it, to the yellow, to the bright white, and then the blend. I kind of like the blend. It's not quite white, but it's not quite yellow. It's like in the middle. Anyway, Eva's desk is here to do her homework. And then this room is like, if we need to punish Eva, we'll put her here. There's not a lot of toys, but there's a lot of books. So if you're gonna be punished, you send you to this room, not the other room that has all the toys. Also, this room is where Dada or Xiao Xiao will sleep so that they don't have to drive all the way back home in order to come back to go to school. They can stay here and go to school tomorrow because it's right across the block. I bought a bunch of these kind of things from IKEA, hung those the other day, and then also put up this little shelving rack. Brought all the shelving, everything from the old house is now here that is substantially sized. The only remaining thing at the old house is little stuff, and a lot of little stuff. So that's why Annie's over there worrying about the clothes right now and giving some of the toys away to family. There's a family thing going on over with Annie, and she's like, why don't you stay home and do some video stuff? And I said, sure. This is the the second bathroom. Quite nice. It's very small, but quite living there. One thing that Eva really likes to do is take baths, and so Annie bought this. This is really nice. It's like a little bathtub that fits inside this really, really small shower area. It has a little connector here for the shower head so that you can spray it in, and little pockets for her to kind of put her toys and everything. Okay, now we're going to go in the master room and take a look. We have some closet space here, but the closets are super shallow. You can barely fit a coat hanger width in there, which seems a little counterproductive. This is really nice. This is the mirror and everything in the kitchen. I think I mentioned this before. I really like the way that the light ricochets off of the square shape of the window here, and Eva's little potty, which I think those little potties are sort of adorable. little accessory for the toilet. But yeah, this is our shower. So Eva does not sleep in the spare bedroom. She sleeps right here next to our master bed. And eventually, hopefully, she will get the hint and start sleeping on her own, but it still hasn't happened yet. Almost 4 years old, I think it's about time, but she is a little stinker dinker with regards to that. But yeah, this is the master bed, and this is the master bedroom. I hung this TV on like a really, really nice bracket. So like that bracket there now allows the TV like swivel and hide and all sorts of stuff. So I personally don't like a TV in the bedroom. I think it's a very bad habit. But Eva likes to watch cartoons while she's drying her hair after her shower, and it keeps her kind of copacetic. The windows in the house are kind of interesting. It's all magnetic. So there are these magnetic latches that adjust the direction of the shades, and this magnetic latch adjusts the raising and lowering of the shades. Now the shades are between these two panes of glass, so I can't access them if something does go out of whack. So I'm hoping that this stays in working order. And the other thing that's kind of scary is that when you go out of these windows, there's like no divider. So you better not fall out. That's for sure. That's the tour of the house right now. I have a bunch of videos I'm working on. I have been trying to use my new, well, not my new, my new old camera, which is this bad boy here, which is a 80D with a Rode mic and a 1635 lens. The problem is that the settings on my microphone I keep messing up, and the plug, the jack on the camera, keeps pulling out before I record, and then I'll record like a half-hour diatribe or a talk or something, and then I'll find out that the whole damn thing is lost because the audio is totally blown out. You hear that? That's wind coming across the house from this side to that side. But yeah, so I keep messing up my audio, and I apologize for that. I have been recording some good stuff. Actually, I wake up in the morning, look at the news, hate the world for about an hour, like reading just the worst possible news in my home country, and I just go mad. Then I go out on the porch and I record like this long blah sort of my feelings, which I feel like is the best way, is like when it's raw and like half thought out, but not completely too thought out, so that it feels scripted, like it's natural. And then I put it in my computer and I find out that it's garbage, you know, it comes out garbage. Speaking of, that's my computer, and that's where this is my editing corner, right here next to Mr. Elephant and the three fish. These three fish have survived. Well, we were in quarantine and we were in the USA. Almost 2.5 months these fish survived on their own, which very, very limited amount of care. These fish are hardcore. Anyways, yeah, so Dada and Xiao Xiao, and having the school next door is going to be really, really convenient for them. But in some ways it's really shitty, because kids in China had to stay indoors during the whole lockdown. And just probably recently, over the course of the last few weeks, people have been going out and kids have been able to like sort of enjoy the outdoors a little bit before school starts. But when school starts, they will be at school studying every day through summer vacation. So oh. It's this door. Okay, the wind is going out, so let's open up the door in the kitchen and you'll see what I'm talking about. How this blows out. So, okay, so this is a tissue. Let's open this window. Woo, woo, woo. If I had hair, it would be blowing in the breeze right now. That's to give you some indication. If I had. Yeah, it's quite windy. I don't know if you can hear that. Let's close the door. Okay. Anyways, so the kids here, they lose their entire summer vacation. So this virus came in, it spoiled, oh, something closed. So this virus came in, locked them inside. They had really no options to do anything during the lockdown. Then now the virus has lessened in severity, and they're losing their entire summer vacation. I mean, obviously you have to put it in perspective. There's a lot of people that are losing a lot more. Some people are losing their lives. So losing your summer vacation sucks, but it's obviously not equitable. Everybody kind of deals with this in their own way, and kids in China are dealing with it by having to really enjoy time with their parents, whether they like it or not, and then having to really enjoy time at school, whether they like it or not. Anyways, take it easy, guys. I got some more videos to shoot and show you guys, and hope all is well. Stay safe. Comment, subscribe, share, join as I carry on with my life here in China. I have a bunch of projects I'm working on, giving some perspective on things, and also working on stuff. Well, I hopefully can start thinking about maybe getting back on the road eventually someday. So take it easy. Jayoe, be safe, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.